Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Random Questions with Lifes-a-Bluff. Today we're sitting down with World Series notable and online wonderkin, Hevad Khan.
How's it going?
Hevad, thanks for joining us here on camera as we're tucked away. Unfortunately, it's on not a very joyous occasion that you join us, having just left one of the 1,500 documents a little bit earlier than you probably wanted.
Yeah, it was an interesting hand. It was a raise. I shoved all in, and then a friend of mine, online player by the name of Palmasaurus, reshoved all in. And the guy overcalls, so it's sevens versus my ace jack versus pocket kings. The board runs out 10-10 ace, turn 3 river king. So the king scoops the whole pot. I'm eliminated, but at the same time, I'm not in that really bad of a mood because probably I'm 0 for 14 now in World Series events this summer, but I have a horse that's deep in the tournament, so I'm pretty happy.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. What has changed for you in the last year after the TV coverage? What's been the biggest thing you've been getting used to?
I've dug out of my antisocial habits to, revive like the human in me, just because all the time I put into poker trying to get good to accomplish that World Series feat killed my humanity. I stopped socializing. I would get angry at the only friends I had for whatever reason whenever I had a downswing in poker. So I focused so much on just getting really good at socializing, eating better, going out more, opening myself to new ideas and opinions, traveling the world for different tournaments on Team Poker Stars,
right.
Europe, Asia, all over the United States, just competing and removing the ego, asking people how to improve. Did I play this hand right? And on top of that, just relaxing and kind of philosophizing, whenever I'm with my friends,
Right. So what's been your favorite stop? Just traveling the world here, EPT, LAPT, the whole works.
My favorite circuit, I'm gonna say was it was the APPT Macau.
Really?
That was definitely my favorite. Yeah. Mainly because I've never flown first class in my life, and now that I just made all that money, I qualified to that tournament actually from one of those $3 tournaments on PokerStars, so I won a package. And then I was like, yeah, so I went there, and I decided to take first class as well. That was really good. It was like 13 hours with wine and dining with really expensive food, and then when I arrived there, it's just the sickest gambling island of life.
Nice. Now, so basically you qualified online for $3 satellite even when you're already a member of Team Poker Stars, or this qualified before you got on that bet?
Right, yeah, I was just fooling around with it. I mean, I was going to go no matter what, but I was bored, so I played one, and only one winner gets a seat, and there was 300 people, and it's a turbo format. It takes an hour and a half for the thing to finish, and I won it, and I was like, okay.
Best $3.30 you probably ever spent.
It's just pocket money.
Yeah, not too bad. All right, now we're going to get into the real meat of this, which is the random questions. Some of these may seem nonsensical, some seem odd, so just all open to it. Have some fun. Don't worry about a PG-13 rating or anything else. Say whatever the hell you want. It's perfectly fine. We're all there. What's under your bed?
Nothing is under my bed.
Nothing.
The rug.
The rug.
Carpet's under my bed.
All right. What song are you most embarrassed to have on your iPod?
I don't have an iPod.
Don't have an iPod? No MP3 player whatsoever?
No. I don't listen to music when I play.
Really? What do you have? What opinion do you have of people who are goggled up, hooded up, and iPhoned up at the poker table?
They like music.
All right. How do you like your bagels?
I don't eat bagels anymore, but if I'm going to eat bagels, I love them toasted. And toasted with butter on it.
All right. You've made a couple lifestyle changes and that kind of thing. What's the absolute staple you can't get along without now?
What kind of food you're saying?
Yeah. What's part of your diet now that you can't get along without?
That for the sake of losing weight, or something that I need to have no matter what?
You need to have it no matter what.
The fruit. A bowl of fruit, actually, which I have right here. I always bring it to me every day at the poker table. And I take a couple bites every 15 minutes.
Oh.
I usually get an assortment of berries, strawberries, we get some blackberries in here, and blueberries. Now, some poker players, Barry Greenstein, Jimmy Gold, do the blueberry thing. Maybe that was influential in me getting it, but I'm a big fan of strawberries.
At the end of the day, there it is. There you go. All right. If you were a crayon color, what color would you be?
Blue.
Blue? Yeah. What's the worst car you've ever owned?
Toyota Camry, 92. About 250,000 miles on it.
Where is it now?
Junkyard.
Junkyard. What's the most boring trip you've ever taken?
I know this one. The most boring trip I ever took in my life happened a month ago. I spent some time away from the country in Korea, and I went to go visit a friend. But it was having dinner with a friend, but it was with his daughter and his friends. I didn't know anybody, and it was like a very weird conversation because I spent time in Korea. A young guy, you know, like me and my buddies were going out, we're hanging out with girls and stuff. So this is a Friday night, and I'm sort of pre-gaming for when I'm going to go out by going to have dinner an hour away from town with my friend, an older poker player friend, his daughter who's in high school, and a couple and a wife. And there's nothing in common whatsoever. And it was the most bland conversation, and it was the worst dinner. The food was bad. I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? I gotta get the fuck out of here. We gotta find some girls or something.
Gotta get on the road. What'd you do after?
I went back home and then we went out.
Good deal. Any special stories from Korea to pass on to the folks outside?
Yes. I went to a nightclub called Mass in Korea with my buddy Dan Schreiber, who won the World Series of Poker Heads Up Championship last year.
Right.
Dan Schreiber. And he's just like the most influential person in my poker life. He's taught me almost all the stuff I know, helped out with my confidence in my game. And when we were there, I had to use the bathroom really bad. It must have been the kiwi I ate that my chef made for me when I was out there. And they had one bathroom and it was co-ed. And I went there, I used it, and there was no lock on the door. So I'm sitting there and I'm having, the worst runs ever. And people are knocking and the door doesn't lock. So I'm holding onto the door because my arms are long enough to hold onto the door while I'm on there. And it's the worst runs of my life. And there's like 5 people waiting in line. And I'm like, oh my God, how do you get out of that situation? So I buckled up. I pulled out maybe like a gallon of toilet paper. I wiped it all off. I came out. The toilet was clogged. There was like 5 hot girls in the line. How do you deal with a situation like that without being embarrassed? What I do is there was a really loud beat playing, so I walked by them. I was dancing, and then I slapped one of them in the back, and I walked out. I felt I handled that like a champion. I was so proud of myself when I did it too.
I hope you washed your hands.
Oh, I definitely washed my hands.
That's a great story. Strangest way you've ever made money?
I used to deal blackjack when I was in college for people who bought it for $20, and it was on the second floor of our tower in college. I think it was in my freshman year in college, and we would have people playing dice, and then I would be dealing blackjack, and other people would be playing poker. We actually ran our own little gambling thing going on in school, and it was definitely me dealing blackjack.
Strangest thing.
Yeah, strangest.
Easy enough. Where's the weirdest place you've ever been stopped for an autograph or a photo since your notoriety began?
Well, the places I get stopped for an autograph are either in the casino when I'm at a poker event, or it's one time it was at an airport, and it was in an airport in Virginia, and I was surprised that I had a fan base in Virginia, people that actually watched it and thought it was good.
Not so bad. What is the greatest invention, smaller than a bread box, that has happened during your lifetime?
Bread box? What do you mean?
Just smaller than a bread box, roughly yay big.
Oh, the greatest invention ever?
Smaller than a couple of loaves of bread put together. Yeah. What's the greatest invention during your lifetime that's happened there?
GPS inside a car. Nothing is better than GPS. It's almost like I feel like at nighttime, because I have an Audi and the interior is really nice and the colors and everything, that I can just pop in something and I can drive, I can park, and I can go, and I know exactly where I'm going. I feel like I'm in control. I feel like I'm a secret agent, sort of.
Nice. Almost the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. If you could be one Lord of the Rings character, which one would you be?
Giant tree.
Tree. Nice. Next one, it's a pretty simple one. What's in your pocket?
I have a cell phone, I have a wallet, I have a valet ticket, and I have some money.
How much do you have on you right now?
About $4,000 to $5,000.
Okay, I'll roll you in the parking lot. We'll see you later. No. If you could ship a crate of bees to someone, who would it be?
Oh my God. I wouldn't do it to anybody because it's bad karma. And I won't even say who I would do it to just because I don't want to create enemies.
Fair enough. How many miles do you have on that Audi, and when's your next oil change?
My brother drives it all the time, but I think I only got like 6,000 miles on it. I spend the last 8 months of my life since the last World Series on the tour, doing other things.
Yeah.
I've spent maybe 3 months of my life in my townhouse in Pennsylvania where I live. So my next oil change, whatever my brother's going to do it for me, because I need to get it done.
Nice. Favorite Burt Reynolds movie?
I use Burt Reynolds interchangeably whenever I make random jokes, whenever I'm with my friends, but I've never watched a Burt Reynolds movie before.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
When somebody gets beat in the hand, I said he got Burt Reynolds.
Well, that could be, the best part if it ever comes up in a movie.
Yeah.
I guess. There you go. What's the most embarrassing social faux pas you've ever committed?
Faux pas?
Faux pas is just like a social oops or acting out of social characters.
Oh man. This is really tough because I'm just thinking high school. Everybody thinks high school. I'm gonna say, I definitely have a good one for you.
All right.
A girl had a crush on this girl when I was in 10th grade, and after math class, I decided to make my brave move to perhaps maybe touch her in a slight way to show that I liked her. She's in her locker and she's reaching for a book, and I say, "Hey, how's it going?" Whatever her name was, and I used both my hands to kind of pat her on the back, but I didn't realize how strong it was. And it pushed her back, and her face went flying into the locker.
Oh.
And everybody was laughing at me. It was the worst thing ever.
Did you get that date?
No? Did I get that date?
Did you end up getting the date with the girl?
No.
No, didn't quite work out.
That was just the end.
Speaking of dates, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done on a date?
Most embarrassing thing I've ever done on a date. I have went to dinner with a girl, and then without even talking, I drove the car to a hotel and checked in to see if I could get some. It didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
I'm very upfront and straight with things, but things have changed. That was actually a year and a half ago. That's what I told you. The poker
These social skills
destroys your social skills. You'd be surprised if you really wanted to get out, you wanted to meet girls, you wanted to have a life. Coming from an avid poker player that has no social life, and then you just you go on a date. It's really tough because you don't know how to act. All you know how to act is at the poker table. Now you're being presented a situation where you haven't even been social for 3 or 4 years. What do? You feel objective. You just want to get laid. That's the whole reason why you're out there with a girl. So you start doing really stupid, shit that chumps would do. People that are just come on, I just want to do it. So, no social skills. You can't even enjoy your time with the girl. You can't enjoy yourself wherever you are.
So your advice out there for the people grinding out 10 hours a day online is?
Balance your life more, eat better, and work out every morning. You're going to boost your testosterone, and it'll naturally happen. There's no simple solution. You have to live a very disciplined life.
It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, John Giovanni feels the same way about it. He says, to be a good poker player, you have to have a good family, good wife, and a good life.
I think that kind of helps.
Yeah.
This is the tough question. If you could ask God 3 questions and be guaranteed 3 answers, what would you ask?
I would ask him if it's possible to maximize your focus on your brain power, because people can only use a certain percentage of their brains. I would also ask him why he has deaths all day, every day, carnage and violence. Why did he create human beings like that? I want to know the true reason behind this whole scheme of all of these things. And then I would ask him, why are people born and made to be certain body types and personalities? And does everybody have a specific plan, or do they kind of just are they in a giant box, a bunch of tiny people in a giant box, and they figure it out on their own? Are people independent, or is it all preordained by God?
Right. Last part of what we do is called the lightning round. In this, I'm going to give you 2 names. It could be anybody. And you're going to play them heads up for your entire bankroll in a forced deathmatch situation. What game would you choose?
I would choose Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
I like this. A non-poker answer. It's a beautiful thing. All right, here it goes. First one, the Incredible Hulk or Iron Man?
Iron Man.
All right. Phil Ivey or Patrick Antonius?
Phil Ivey.
All right. The Lone Ranger or John Wayne?
John Wayne.
All right. Bill Murray or Dan Aykroyd?
Dan Aykroyd.
Dalai Lama or Charles Manson?
Charles Manson.
Obama or McCain?
Obama.
Bert or Ernie?
Ernie.
Bill Gates or Donald Trump?
Donald Trump.
All right. Bill Gates or Andy Beal?
Bill Gates.
All right. Martha Stewart or Rosie O'Donnell?
Rosie O'Donnell.
All right. Hannah Montana or the Olsen twins?
Olsen twins.
Kobe or Garnett?
Kobe.
Larry Bird or Magic Johnson?
Magic Johnson.
MJ or LeBron?
LeBron.
All right. And I did that because you can play basketball. All right. The last one that's been the toughest one over the history of lightning round questions. Mike Tyson or OJ?
Mike Tyson.
All right, straight up. You've survived the lightning round, and you've survived random questions. Hevad Khan, thanks for a very entertaining interview, and we'll see you around. Could you look at the camera and say, you're watching Lifes-a-Bluff Random Questions with Hevad Khan?
You're watching Life's a Bluff Random Questions with Hevad Khan.
There you go.